Morning, dear. How are you? Oh, great. I'm also fine. Okay, so today what we are going to study? We are going to study about fraction and their types. Okay, fractions and type of fractions. Okay. So first let me explain you what is a fraction. A fraction is a part of a whole. Okay. So a fraction is a part of a whole. So can you see in this picture? Um, there's a cake. Okay, and you can see it's divided into half, one fourth, and one fourth is not there. Okay, someone ate one fourth part of the cake, so half cake is still there and one fourth cake is still there. It means 3 by 4th cake is still there. Okay, so now let me explain you. When an object is divided into a number of equal parts, then each part is called a fraction. And how it is written, like you can see in this picture. Okay, so this is an example of fraction 3 by 4. It's written like this. Okay, so when an object is divided into a number of equal parts, then each part is called a fraction. Suppose your mama orders a pizza for you. Okay, and she gave this pizza to you and your friend equally. Okay, so suppose that pizza has 8 parts. So how many parts both of you will get? Yes, both of you will get 4 parts, right? Both of you will get 4 slices of each. Okay, so you will get 1 by 2 of that pizza. Understood? Okay, now when we are talking about fractions, it's very important to tell you about numerator and denominator. Okay, so a fraction has two parts. A fraction has two parts. The upper part is numerator and the lower part is denominator. Okay, so as you can see in this is a fraction 2 by 3. 2 is the numerator, 3 is the denominator. Okay, 2 is the upper part, so it's a numerator. 3 is the denominator because it's a lower part. Okay, now let me explain you what is a numerator. Numerator is the upper part in the fraction. But what is a numerator? So a fraction has a numerator which says how many parts are there in the fraction. Like I told that both of you got 4 parts, 4 slices of pizza. You got half pizza, right? So 1 by 2. Okay, in that it's divided. There are two parts in which one part you got one part, your friend got one part. So a fraction has a numerator which says how many parts are there in the fractions. Okay, similarly, like in this 16, 5 by 16. So here tell me what is the numerator? 5. Yes, you are correct, 5. So because why? Because 5 is the upper part. Very good, very nice. Okay, now the lower part is denominator. That is, what is denominator here? 16. Very good. Okay, so a fraction also has a denominator which is the whole. Okay, like I said, suppose in that pizza there are 8 parts. So suppose your friend already ate 5 parts and you ate just 3 parts. Okay, 3 slices. So you are eating 3 by 8, but your friend is eating 5 by 8, right? So 5 by 8, in that 5 is numerator because he got 5 slices. So 5 is the numerator. What is numerator? Numerator in how many parts are there in the fraction that your friend got, right? So it's 5 slices. So 5 is the numerator and the total number of slices are 8, right? So 8 is the denominator and 5 by 8 is the fraction. Yours fraction is 3 by 8. Why? Because you ate only 3 slices. It's not fair, I know. So, but still your fraction is 3 by 8 because you ate 3/8 part, right? So in your fraction, 3 is the numerator, 8 is the denominator, correct? Yes. So now understood the concept of the numerator and denominator. In a fraction there are two parts. One upper part, top part is numerator, bottom part is denominator, correct? Very good. So yes, now there are different types of fractions like and unlike fractions. First, let me explain you like fractions and unlike fractions. Okay, so like fractions are those fractions in which the fractions have same denominator, like 5 by 16, 6 by 16, 7 by 16, 11 by 16, 8 by 16. If you get all these fractions, you can see they all have the same denominators, right? 16. Okay, now you tell me 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 1 by 5. Are they like? Yes, very good. They are like fractions. Why? Because their denominators are same, right? So, what are unlike fractions? Unlike fractions are those which have different denominators, like 2 by 5, 3 by 6, 9 by 16. So, they don't have similar denominators. So, they are unlike fractions. Okay? Now, tell me, I want to answer from you, okay? Tell me whether it's like fraction or unlike fraction. So, the question is 3 by 5, 2 by 5, 1 by 3. Yes, it's unlike fraction. Why? Because two fractions have same denominator, but one has different denominators, right? So, all these three are unlike fractions, correct. But 2 by 5 and 3 by 5 are like. If only these two fractions you would have given, I would have given, so this would have been like fraction. But I also gave 1 by 3. So it's unlike fractions now, unlike fraction, right? Okay, now next is proper fraction and improper fraction. Okay, so as you can see here, 3 by 5, okay? In this, 3 is the numerator and 5 is the denominator. So, when in any fraction, if the numerator is smaller than denominator, okay, if the numerator is smaller than denominator, then it means that fraction is a proper fraction. But when the numerator is greater than denominator, okay, then it's improper fraction, correct? So, numerator is smaller than denominator, proper fraction. Numerator is greater than denominator, improper fraction. Now, tell me whether it's proper fraction or improper fraction, okay? 8 by 9. Yes, very good. It's a proper fraction. Why? Because 8 is smaller than 9 and 8 is the numerator here, 9 is the denominator. So, when numerator is smaller than denominator, it is proper fraction. Okay, now 17 by 6. Yes, it's improper fraction. Why? Because 17 is greater than 6 and 17 is the numerator here, 6 is the denominator. So, it's an improper fraction. Okay, I hope you understood proper and improper. Now, let me explain you mixed fraction. So, mixed fraction have a whole number plus a fraction. Okay, here as you can see, we have 2 and 1 by 3. Here 2 is the whole number and 1 by 3 is the fraction here. Okay, so 2, 1 by 3 is a mixed fraction, is an example of mixed fraction. Okay. So yes, an expression that indicates quotient of two quantities such as 1 by 3. Now parts of fraction, numerator the number on top of the fraction, denominator the number on the bottom of the fraction. Examples 1 by 3, 2 by 5, 6 by 7, 10 by 11. These are the examples of fraction. Now like fraction, which have fractions which have same denominators. Now tell me what is unlike fraction? Very good. Fractions that have different denominators. Proper fraction? Yes, very nice. In which numerator is smaller than denominator. Improper fraction in which numerator is greater than denominator. Okay, now again you can see this picture. It's a cake picture. How many parts have been consumed here? 1 by 4th part. Very good. And still 3 by 4th part is left. Half part plus 1 by 4. Okay. Now you can see there are 4 circles. So this one, first let me tell you about this. This is 1 by 1. It means only one part, right? It is not divided into any other part. It's a whole, right? 1. But this is divided into 2 parts. So 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Okay. This is divided into 4 parts. 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. Okay, this is divided into 8 parts. So how we'll write 1 by 8, 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 1 by 8. Okay. Now how will you add or subtract a fraction? So whenever you will add or subtract in the beginning, whenever you will add or subtract any fraction, you need to have same denominator. Okay. So you need to have like fractions. Even if if we have two fractions that have different denominators, we'll make their denominators same. Okay, so we need to for adding any or subtracting any fraction, we need to have same denominators. Okay, so yeah, to add or subtract two fractions together, you must find a common denominator. For example, I'm giving you a simple example here. Suppose we have to add 2 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So what will be the answer? 3 by 4, correct. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 3 parts, right? One in this diagram, okay? Now you try 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. What will be the answer? 2 by 4. Great job, very good. So you can see we have like fractions in which the denominators are same, okay? 4, 4, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, okay? So we can easily add it. Now how can we subtract? 5 by 9 minus 3 by 9, again they have same denominators. So you can simply say 5 minus 3 is equal to 2, so 2 by 9 will be the answer. Yes, good job. Now tell me 17 by 9 minus 15 by 9. Very nice. 2 by 9, very good. Okay, now let me tell, okay, there's a word problem. So in this question it's written Joe and Kevin eat 1 by 5 and 2 by 5 of a cake respectively, okay? So there's a cake in which Joe ate 1 by 5th part, Kevin ate 2 by 5th part. So what portion of the cake did they eat together? How are you gonna solve it? Yeah, so Joe and Kevin eat 1 by 5 and 2 by 5 of a cake respectively. So how are we gonna solve it? First we will write the statements. In word problem it is very important to write statements, okay? So how we will write part of a cake Joe eat is equal to 1 by 5. Part of a cake Kevin eat is equal to 2 by 5. So a total portion of the cake eaten by them, 1 by 5 plus 2 by 5, very good. That is equal to 3 by 5, right? Thus they ate 3 by 5, okay, of part of cake. So they ate 3 by 5th portion of cake. Understood? So what portion of the cake they eat? They eat 3 by 5th portion of the cake. How you get to know about this? Because Joe ate 1 by 5th, Kevin ate 2 by 5th. So if you add up, since they have same denominators, so when you it's very easy to add. So when you add up, it comes 3 by 5. So they ate 3 by 5 portion of cake. Understood? Okay, so with this I will end here. Thank you for watching.